Here are 6 signs that you're finally ready to buy a home. Who am I? I'm Khalid Nathan Alim, the real estate boy, and I'm a local licensed real estate agent in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a video. Now, we're going to talk about if you're ready to buy a home. Now, before becoming a real estate agent and before me buying my first home, I was always thinking, am I ready? Am I ready? It's such a big responsibility, something that I want, but am I ready? I'm going to make it super clear in this video if you are ready to buy a home. The first sign that you need to recognize to see if you're ready to buy a home is if you have enough to cover the down payment. Now, the down payment is going to vary based on the type of loan that you have. Now, for most, we may be looking at an FHA loan or a conventional loan. Now, if we're looking at an FHA loan, you're probably going to be looking around 3.5%. So depending on the price of the home, the down payment is going to be around 3.5%. Now, if you're looking at a conventional loans usually run between 3 to 5 to 6%. So depending on the amount of house you're looking for, that's going to be the down payment number. So you want to look first, do I have enough to cover the down payment? The second sign that you're going to want to look at to see if you're ready to buy a home is that if you saved enough to cover the closing costs. Now, the closing costs are different than your down payment. The closing costs are going to consist of transfer tax. They're also going to consist of title fees, and there's going to be some soft costs in there that aren't included in the closing costs, but you're going to have to pay. For example, your inspection and also your appraisal. So I usually tell people that these fees kind of run 3 to 5 to 6% of whatever the home price is. So if you take the closing costs and you take the down payment costs, a rough estimate is around 10%. If you look at a home, you say, okay, I want to buy a home for maybe $100,000 or $200,000. It's going to be around, and again, this is an approximate, it's around 10%. If you have 10% of that purchase price saved up, you're going to have more than enough. And that's before we factor in any first-time home buying programs or any grants that you get out there. So if you have looking at a home and it costs $200,000, if you take your closing costs and you also take your down payment, it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood, maybe not 10%, but it's going to be close to 10%. But I tell people 10% because that's a quick measure that they can use when they're looking at a home if they want to estimate, okay, what's going to be my down payment and what's going to be my closing cost. If we combine them, it's going to be around 10%. The third sign that you're going to look at to see if you're ready to buy a home is you're going to look at your credit score. Now, you'll be able to go in the description here. If you don't know what your credit score is, you're going to want to pull your own credit. Now, hey, little secret is if you pull your own credit, it doesn't affect your credit score. But I'm going to give you a way, the link below in the description. You're going to be able to go in there and pull your credit, your FICO credit for $1. Now, I know there's some free programs out there like Credit Karma where you can pull your credit. That's a Vantage score. Nobody uses a Vantage score. Credit Karma is good to see your accounts, but it's actually what we're going to be looking at is your actual score. In order to see what your score is, you need your FICO score. So again, if you go in the description, hit the link, you'll be able to get that for $1. You want to look at your credit score to see, is it up to par? Now, with a FHA loan, you can get a loan at a 500 credit score, okay? At a 500 credit score, you can get a loan, but it's going to be, you're going to need 10%, okay? You're going to need 10% down with the 500 versus if you have a 620. If you have a 620, then you're only going to need 3.5%, okay? So you want to pull your credit, see where it's at, and you may need credit repair. So please reach out to me. I do have folks on standby if you need credit repair. But I tell people that you really want to try to have a 620 or better in order to take advantage of the best rates. Next sign that you're finally ready to purchase a home is that you have your debt under control. Having your debt under control means that you can comfortably pay those debt balances every month. It's not that where you have this big debt and you're about to go into collections, or you have this out of control debt that you can't handle. If you can't handle your debt now, you don't want to bring something on like a home. Because number one, when you go to purchase a home, the lender is going to see that you have all this debt, and it has something called DTI, debt to income ratio. So if your debt to income ratio is out of control, you probably cannot get a loan anyway. But you want to make sure that your debt is under control before you buy a home. So if it is under control, then you checked another box on your way to buying a home. Another sign that you're ready to buy a home is that if you have a steady job. Now, when we say a steady job, if you have a steady business, if you're self-employed, something that's steady, not something to where you're kind of living check to check, and if you miss one check, then poof, now you're in the poorhouse. No, you want to know that you have steady income, you have an established business, or you have steady employment. Now, again, when you go through the loan process, they'll vent all of this stuff out because usually you have to have 2 years of steady employment for most loans. Now, there are loans that don't look at you but look at the asset, but that's a whole different video. Okay, but you want to make sure that you have I should say that you have steady income to where if you miss a check, or you just want to make sure that you have steady income. Okay, this is really what I'm looking to say. The last sign, if you're ready to buy a home, is you're getting a favorable loan. Now you got to be really careful with this, okay? Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to compare what you're getting now to 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 5 years ago. Are you getting a favorable rate compared to today's standards? And the reason I'm saying that is because you marry the home, but you date the rate. Why am I saying that? For example, I bought a home in 2017 and the rate was around 6%. And then in 2021, I refinanced. What does refinance mean? It means that you have a loan and now you're refinancing, meaning that you're getting another loan to replace that loan that you had. So what you can do is you can buy a home now and you have the home and you have a certain rate. But then in the future, you can refinance to get a better rate. So you do want to make sure that you have a good rate as far as today's standards. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to compare your rate to 2 years ago. Okay. What is that called? That called you're driving the car, but you're using the rear view mirror. Okay. Don't do that because that's going to cause you to be stuck and that's going to cause you not to do anything. Okay. All right, and there you have it. Those are the 6 signs that you're ready to buy a home. You have your closing costs, you have your down payment, you also have a good credit score, you also have your debt under control, you have a steady job or a steady business, and also you're getting a favorable loan. This is Khalid Nathan Aleem, and if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, as I said before, I'm licensed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. But I have a large network of realtors all through the US. So it doesn't matter where you're looking at. If you're looking to buy a home, if you're looking to sell your home, or if you're looking to invest, I can help you throughout the United States. So just contact me. All of my information is in the description. Okay? All right, y'all. Till the next time, take care.